Hey YouTube! In yesterday's video we talked about the idea that I'm doing stuff and that I want to share. So I'm sharing. So last year when I had chickens I did a chick log somewhere up here. I'll post a tag to the playlist for that. I hope you guys are watching it. I built this lovely chicken tractor. Yep, right there. Right now it's leaning and holding down all of the cardboard that I'll be using in my garden this year. You're like, dude, it's almost May. Yeah, it's almost May, but yeah, we'll talk about the garden later. Anyway, what we didn't talk about was that I'm already working the chicken front, and I've made a new brooder and all that stuff. Or maybe we did. Yesterday was so long ago. But this year I also have 6 turkeys. They're adorable. Double-breasted turkeys of curiosity. This is the brooder that I did the chick log in last year. This year I got twice the birds and I made an 8x5 enclosure with a double lid and a new brooder box for heating. We'll talk about that in a different video. But as you can see, these guys are feathered out now. And in a few days, the low will no longer be below freezing. So they need to go outside. So what I'm going to do, because the chicken tractor outside is not big enough for 50 birds. It's big enough for 25 birds. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the Chickmahall. It's going to be all wood and chicken wire, hardwood cloth. It'll have 4 wheels. I'm going to assemble it. I'll put the SketchUp for it out. This is probably going to be 2 videos. So in tomorrow's video, I'll put the plans for it, the cut sheet, the instructions, just in case you want to build it. It'll be awesome. I'm going to set you guys up, and I'm going to start working on this bad boy. I've already cut all the boards, datoed them, split them in half, ripped them, etc. So now it's just a matter of driving my 1.5" screws through all those rabbets and dados, getting it all together. So for the astute, or those that built the other chicken tractor, you're going to see that I used a lot more rabbet joints in this assembly, and it's going to go together a lot faster. So that is the sidewall. It's already done. I'm making two. All right, so this is the front and the back. It's got a 2-inch rabbet, not a 3.5-inch rabbet, which allows overlapping and connection. And then the door on one side goes between this rabbet and this rabbet. So yeah, it's 3 feet wide. I told you this is the Chickmahall. And then of course a 2-inch rabbet on the other end. Funny thing is I only have 3 of these, because in the front where the door is, it can't go all the way through on the upper. But you'll see that in a minute. So for the front supports, where the door is, you have a 3.5-inch rabbet at the bottom, a 3.5-inch rabbet that the top of it is at 2 feet because the walls are 2 feet tall, and then of course a 3.5-inch rabbet at the top. This, of course, is the back. All right. So you remember the rabbet on this end was only 2 inches. And the reason for that is because the corner support fits in it. It's 3.5 inches wide. That leaves a 1.5-inch hang or extension here where the ladders that we already made will fit right in there. This screw can be screwed in this way. That one can be screwed in that way. This thing is a tank. It's a Chickmahall. But maybe I should have called it a Chickmahall. It will not break. So to screw these in on the end here, then I can put the hardware cloth on because this isn't getting any longer. On the ladders, I can put the hardware cloth in, but I'm going to want to give it an extra 3/4 of an inch on each end to attach to this once it's together. Is fast enough for you? Now, of course, if you follow the plans, there'll be acronyms for every single piece. When you cut it, you label it. So like the corner supports are CS. You get the CS out, here you go. 2 verticals. only one horizontal. Because like I said, the top bar here, has to leave an opening for the door. So I'm going to put this on. And you know what? I'm flipping it over. It does not matter which end takes the screw and which end does not. Alright, so you got that, but then I have to put the corner supports on the bottom. And we're going to put a board between here and here, but not exceed it. I believe I labeled those quite ingeniously as front uppers. The acronym is FU. This is interesting because on one end it has a 2-inch rabbet, on the other end it has a 3.5-inch rabbet. The 3.5-inch rabbet goes in to the vertical, the 2-inch, just like the connection at the end. I only want it to go 2 inches into the corner support, so the 2-inch side goes towards the corner support. Okay, so in the middle there, let's see, from there to there, there's no board. So there's only one board holding all that apart. So we have a roof cross member to keep those separate. I didn't put it on the back, but it's supposed to be there too. So I'm going to mount both those now. So the front and back roof cross members, acronym RCMM, because RCM was already taken. So it's roof cross member main. The rabbets are only 2 inches. Of course, it says this in your instructions, but that allows for this to cover up the vertical by only 2 inches, leaving room for a butt joint with the 1.5-inch wide board that goes between the front and the back. Watching me nail hardware cloth onto anything is boring. So I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to put a hardware cloth on all 4 of the pieces that I made, and then I'll bring you back. Stay right there. We have to take a brief break from the monotony of attaching a chicken wire to the new Chickmahall to show what happens when 5-week-old chickens who are stuck inside get fed for the 3rd time today. They were all calm and thinking about, it's getting towards bedtime. And then, look at, they're already circling like sharks Dun, dun. I had to actually start putting this PVC prop up top here because they're so violent with the food that they won't let me pour the can in. They'll come in and butt the can to get it out of the way in anticipation of food being in the trough. They definitely need some grass to eat. Ready, set. I'll show it to you again in the morning if you like. It's way worse. Because there are still chickens over there that aren't fighting. Yeah, I'll leave you to that. I started this project a little after 3. I'm not done, but it's about 5 now. Just wanted to show you how I was affixing the hardware cloth. I finished the front, the back, and one of the sides, but I'm using these little Tyvek insulation nails. They're ring shanked, so the nail won't come out. My question is the little washer UV stable or not? And the only way to find out is to try it. So I'm trying it on the Chickmahall because I just have a hard time with the chicken wire staples for some reason. They're better than I am. So I'm going to wrap up that last piece and then we will finish this bad boy up. So one roll of 1/2-inch hardware cloth is 4 feet shy of covering the whole thing. So instead of putting hardware cloth on this, I'm going to wait and get another roll tomorrow when I'm in town and do it in one solid ribbon as opposed to trying to fuse it in the middle. This will be easier. So I'm going to assemble it anyway because I'm all excited. So let's put it together. Then we'll call this video a wrap. And tomorrow we'll put on the angle pieces and build a door and finish it. Finish it. As long as you can lift one of the walls, you'll be able to get the wheels on and off if you want to put it on and off. This thing's going to be heavy. I can lift it. Alternatively, if you have an electric net around it, you could leave it up on wheels if your net's doing a good job. My predators apparently are very well trained to my paws and egg chicken fence because no one's going after the laying flock and these guys will be right next to it. So I'm assuming they'll be fine. But for some reason I still take the wheels off every day. Take you down there and show you what that looks like. So here's the joint. This piece and this piece are a part of the front and the back, and this is the side ladder. And all I've done, two screws, and the thing's fused. Now I will have to do one more step, and when I talked about the mesh on the side, I said you had to let it come over 3/4. I was wrong. you want to cut the mesh flush with the edge of this because you can see it already laps. Oh, oops. You can see it already overlaps 3/4 of an inch. So that gives you plenty of nail strip or stapling area. All right, I'm going to put the last, I'm going to stand up the other wall and then put it on the other side. And then we'll say bye. Now you would have thought I would have made this door tall enough to walk in, but that would just be a waste of lumber. So it's only about 5'6", I think. I have to look at the plans to tell you for sure. It needs some upper chicken wire, the vertical supports, a couple of cross members, and then the diagonal cross members. Bunch of chicken wire. And a door. See you tomorrow.